I missed everyone on Sunday. Sorry, I was away for a little bit of R&R vacation. Stayed at an Airbnb up in Muskoka, near Huntsville. It was a place called Bracebridge. Really fun. Really fun. I don't know if my audio is working properly here. Okay, I think my audio is fine. If there's anyone in the chat, let me know if my audio is good. Yeah, I missed everyone on Sunday. I was away on a little vacation at an Airbnb in Muskoka. It was nice to have time away from work. Oh, yeah. It was like the first vacation I've had in over a year. Hey, Wayne, how's it going? So, yeah, this is an impromptu live stream because I missed everyone on Sunday. I wanted to make sure I spent quality time away from work and with my wife. Jake is here, Wayne. All right, we got a few people in the house here. This is really good. I have a little iced coffee here. I can't drink any beer, not after that long weekend. Oh my God. I had a bit of a hangover this morning, and now I have a soccer game later today, so I'm trying to detox a bit, drink a lot of water and a little coffee to get my head straight. Yeah, I know. I still was technically here. I mean, I had my videos scheduled to be uploaded, so that's the good thing about YouTube. The ability to schedule uploads, so that way if you are someone who really wants to take a vacation, you work twice as hard the days leading up to your vacation and then have those videos scheduled, so when you do get time to relax, you don't have to worry so much about putting out new content. While I was on my vacation, I went up to Huntsville, and they have a really cool game store called Up North Games, and I ended up buying a pack of Modern Horizons 2. I did an opening on my Instagram, Mattcaster Mage. If you guys have Instagram, you can check that out. And I ended up getting a full art borderless Grief. So really good, considering the pack was about $9, so I more than doubled my pack's value. Really cool. I was very happy with that pack. But overall, yeah, Modern Horizons 2 really seems to be the focus still. Like, no one really cares that much about Adventures in Forgotten Realm. At my LGS, when I came back, I went to drop off some cards to trade, and I was asking about the set, and they said, yeah, it's nothing like Modern Horizons 2. That was a bonanza. This set is very, very little sold booster boxes, which is very telling, because this is a massive LGS, and they were having trouble selling the set. It's the first time I've ever seen them put a collector box below market value. So that's kind of a warning sign. I'm getting flashes. I might do a video later on about it, maybe tomorrow if I have some time after work. I might dig a little deeper into the data. I know it is release, they'll release a week after, but I'm getting Dragon's Maze vibes here from this set. All right, Wes says, good luck on the soccer game. The Magic Gathering were my things back in high school. Well, thank you. I will hopefully play well. I'm a little bit hungover, so my cardio and stamina usually takes a massive drop when I am playing hungover, so hopefully I actually can get a good run in. I'm thinking of starting a channel, so that's good to know. Oh, that's awesome, yeah. If you need any assistance, let me know, Wayne. Yeah, I can help you through it. This channel here is not my first rodeo. I've had quite a few channels in the past. Some have failed, some have succeeded. Some I've kind of just lost a little bit interest in. The algorithm is very tricky. I think the main thing is, once you start creating content, you have to keep doing it. That's the good thing about scheduling videos is, if you are going to take some time away from the channel, make sure you work really hard just to get those videos scheduled out ahead of time. Jake says, my local Target has had Modern Horizons 2 mispriced to this day since rest. Wow. Been buying collector boosters for the cost of normal. Wow, that is incredible. Wow, that's really good, because I think they're about 50 to 60% more. Well, they're supposed to be, because here at my LGS where I go to, it's about $450 plus tax for Modern Horizons 2 collector booster boxes, and for the regular booster boxes, it's $300 plus tax. So yeah, you're looking at about 40 to 50% more. So that's crazy. It's crazy. They don't care. They're just like, well, whatever it is, what it is. We'll just charge the same pack price as a collector booster. I guess that's the That's the interesting thing about having a specialty product, having a collector booster box associated with it. Usually those are deemed for standard products only. However, you know, Commander Legends kind of was the first one to start having collector boosters that weren't from a standard set. Target can afford exactly at Target. They have enough. They have enough capital. They can kind of bleed through some of that. I could use information, but it's not an MTG related channel. Yeah, no, absolutely. If it's not MTG related, that's fine. I've had a couple channels in the past that weren't MTG related. A food channel, comedy channel, and like a gaming channel, like more video game. And another food channel, 2 food channels in the past. They're still available. I just don't really produce much content on there anymore. All right, we'll see. I don't know how long I'm going to be doing this. I kind of want to just drop in to say hi, see how everything's doing, make sure I'm connecting with you guys. I think it's important to do a live stream at least once a week. But yeah, obviously I couldn't do it on Sunday. But yeah, I was surprised. But so I guess a story I can talk about that happened on my Airbnb trip. So when we went up to Muskoka, the Airbnb host, they lived in the house and they had a few rooms to rent. They're very hospitable. They had a hot tub, a great view in the background with the river. Like they had these nice steps that led down to the dock, and it would light up at night during the with the pathway. It's just everything was like it was a very relaxing weekend. But one of the Airbnb hosts, when they're asking what we do, one of the things I mentioned was that I have a Magic the Gathering channel. He's like, oh, don't you play Magic? And then the other hosts explained that he used to play Magic. He still has his Magic cards there, but he hasn't played for years. And I was like, can you bring them out? So he ended up bringing out his whole collection. And I was going through all the cards, and I was pulling out Shocklands. He played in like the Dragon's Maze era. So I was pulling out Shocklands that he had just bundled in with regular basic lands. I'm like, yeah, these are good. You're going to want to set these aside. And then one of the cards he had was a foil Sliver Hive Lord from Magic 2015. And then I saw it, and I'm like, well, I'm pretty sure this is really expensive, close to the $100 mark. Turns out it was like $115 on TCG market price. So he was really happy about that, but he's not looking to sell any of the cards, so he wants to get back into the game. And I was really excited for him because we ended up playing Magic on the last night that I was there. And we had a lot of fun. But yeah, I may have reinvigorated someone's passion for the game, which is really cool. Okay, so we got a few more comments here. Mine will be gaming related, but providing tutorials on how to create games, passing on my development skills. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, so like creating games. I have a friend who teaches that at a college. He teaches video game development, so I'll definitely show him your channel. Daniel says, I've been buying shitty, cheap old foils from 2002 and earlier. EX or better, all the old cards that I would pick through in the 5 and 10 cent bin of cards back in the day, but now I'm buying them foil. Yeah, you know what? A lot of those foils from that era I think are going to go up in value a lot. They're going to be seen as like the old Wizards of the Coast Pokemon cards. Those foils, even the ones that aren't really playable, I think they're going to still be valuable just based on how old they are and just how unique and different they are compared to today's Magic cards. Jake Johnson says, is soccer football or soccer in Canada? Soccer is what we call it in Canada here. I think just us in the States, or maybe another few countries that say soccer, but pretty much it's just Canada and the United States that use that terminology. All right. Did you guys see Bitcoin today? Whew. Went up 10%. Actually, let's see. Closed the day at 11%. Just right around 11%. The last hour it dipped a little bit. It hit 40,000 and then it kind of got shaky at that level, and then dipped a little bit. But I still think it's going to go up tomorrow because Amazon's saying that they are going to be accepting Bitcoin. That's pretty huge. Pretty huge news. It reminds me of the whole Tesla accepting Bitcoin shenanigans, and then just a few tweets ended up dumping Tesla's stock, and same thing as Bitcoin. Now it might actually go in another bull run, but it could be just a bit of a dead cat bounce, fake out. I don't know if you guys are investing in crypto or anything like that. Okay, my interest is more MMORPG or multiplayer online games, and interactive fiction goes back to the days I was creating code for RuneScape. Nice. That is really cool. RuneScape. Daniel says, I love to see Bitcoin move. Me too. Me too. You had some excellent pulls in that long box the other day. Yeah, that was based on how cheap it was. That was my best return on investment for any of my thrift store buys. And I've had some really good thrift store buys, but I ended up spending a little more to get that. But $8 and getting like over $80 in return, like that's like a 10x, 10x my money. Pretty good, really good. Even though there was just like commons and uncommons, you know, they really added up in the end. Got to have that crypto exposure. For it to be profitable to mine Bitcoin in Canada, the price has to be over 25K. Yeah, no, I know it's it's just costs a lot to mine here, unfortunately. Energy costs are crazy. So it can't go much lower than it did. The bottom came in and we are about to moon. Hopefully. So I do have some mining shares in like Bitfarms and Hut as well. I also have a bit of a ETF. Not too many shares in ETF, but I do have some. All right, got 10 viewers. Hopefully we can get at least 10 likes at some point. Oh, I do have some booster packs to crack. If we do end up getting any channel members or super chats, I think I still have some Cons of Tarkir ones as well that I got from one of my LGSs. I'll end up grabbing some. We'll see later in the stream, perhaps. Jake says, I've been only holding physical assets as I don't trust China to not empty our butts. Yeah, you know, stocks are pretty rough as well, right? They're not physical assets either. Magic the Gathering, physical gold, and property, if you're lucky enough to get in on that. Canada, buying property is getting harder and harder every year. 2021 has just been absolutely insane. Yeah. Let me know how much we got. 9 people in the chat. Let me know if you guys own property. I want to know how many. Well, it's not a really good sample size for this data, but I'm wondering how many people actually own property. Because here in Canada, there is not a lot. Oh, Jake, we got a super chat. Okay, so we are going to grab a booster pack for you. EMP. One sec. Okay, so this is other than the house I live in. Nope. Well, if you own that house, then you do own property. No, I'm not saying like, I'm not talking about specifically like investor properties, but just who owns property. I'm very curious. Okay, so we have a few choices here, Jake. We got Guilds of Ravnica, but it is French. That's the twist. That is the twist. We also have a French Dominaria pack. We got Zendikar Rising. And we got Cons of Tarkir. So what would you like to see opened up? Drop that in the chat. You own 3 houses, Jake? That is pretty good. Oh, you're in the States though, right? So States, I think it's a little easier to own property in the States, but nonetheless, 3 houses is really good. Do you Airbnb any of them? Because where I was at this weekend was a really nice Airbnb, and it made me like wonder, like, do I really want to live in a big city when I could just own something up north maybe run a bit of an Airbnb and also just work from home. I don't know how much work that would actually be. It's definitely getting harder to own real estate. Yeah, no, 100%. A lot of millennials, they didn't really save money either, and then now that a lot of them are waking up, interest rates are so low that you're really being punished if you're a saver nowadays. Cons attack, here it is. Okay. You own in Vancouver. Nice. Vancouver. Yeah, that's a really hot real estate market. Hopefully you got in early, because really, really expensive now. No, 2 line or full-time rentals now. Awesome. Yeah, rentals, there's less stress with rentals for sure. Airbnb, you basically have to, be your own hotel. That's a lot of work. But you do make more money with Airbnb in the long run. Daniel says, I rent in Edmonton. Property values in Edmonton, they're okay, right? Like, I know they went up, same as Calgary, but not quite like Vancouver or Toronto. But the problem with Canada is the land further up north isn't farmable. Yeah, that's true, but at the same time, there's still so much space to build, and they really don't want people. They really make it hard to actually start building. There's a lot of red tape that's in the way by the government. Obviously, it's always the government that ends up making things a lot difficult here in Canada. But yeah, it's very hard to actually get building permits now, which makes, if you're waiting for property or a townhouse to get built, you could be waiting years and years before, you even see the first line in the sand. Okay, well, we'll get back to these comments in a bit. We're gonna go through this pack. Hunting mandrills, we have rotting mastodon, a disdainful stroke, a bloodfell caves, a wetland sandbar. We have a Mardu skull hunter here. We have a rush of battle, leaping master, Archer's parapet, dazzling ramparts, a horde ambusher, and then we got a teamer charger. Ooh, what is this? We got a icy blast as our rare. I think we do have a foil though here. What is it gonna be? Oh, it's a foil swamp. First I was like, wait, there's no foil, but then I couldn't even see the foil reflection here. You can't even see it, really, eh? Wow, this camera is rough. You can kind of see it a little bit. Yeah, there you go. You can see the foiling there. Not bad. I mean, I'll add this to my foil basic collection, which is growing quite big at the moment. But Icy Blast. Constant Arc, there's so many rares in that set that I don't even recognize. Because all I really care about is the fetch. That's really it. Okay. Bought in 2017. Yeah, that was a pretty hot market back then, but nowhere near now. I think the average price went up by like 40% or more since then. I don't know. People are Airbnb. We will own property after my wife gets out of nursing school. Had to take a few decks and extra cards in last week to the LGS and sell to help pay for tuition. Oh, that's rough. I hate when I went through situations before where I had to downsize my collection. It's never a good feeling, but if it's for the greater good, at least you can take some solace in that. Climate change, it will probably be soon. Yeah, if anything, that's going to put prices higher because they're not going to keep building. So, they're not going to keep the supply up, right? If they're expecting like a population collapse. Move north and open a logging company. Yeah. Oh, hopefully not timber. Although I think lumber has went down in price a lot from its all-time highs. Owning a remote house where you cannot be self-sustained with food, etc., isn't a good idea. Yeah, well, living up north where you can actually maybe have a little bit of a homestead situation, not like crazy, but a little chicken coop, maybe grow some of your own food, buy a lot of non-perishable food items, that'll help too. But yeah, like I live in Toronto, it's just chaotic here. Like I really want to get out. That said, I don't know how far up north you need to go to be that to be that bad. Fetches and hardened scales are bust. Pretty much. Yeah, you're right. There's not even any mythics, I think, in Concierge that are over like $3. Jason, greetings. New guy here. Well, thanks for joining this live stream, Jason. I hope you enjoy the content. All right. Oh, that was fun. I'll put these cards aside. Here in the UK, real estate isn't cheap. Oh, yeah, no kidding. In the UK? Jeez. I don't even think it's cheap in like the boonies there, right? Like, what is even like Liverpool is pretty expensive. Oh, well, thanks, Jason. It means a lot. I will continue to do it every day. I mean, I'm not going to stop making content. It's one of the things that keeps me sane, making videos. Jake says, don't people in Alaska use greenhouses to grow all year long? Yes, a little pricey to maintain. Or isn't there any soil in northern Canada? No, northern Canada, there is some decent soil. I actually think there is more farmable land than people think there is, especially in Ontario. There's more space where there's no one than there is someone in Ontario. And it's the most populated province in the country, but it's still underpopulated in my opinion. Ed says, hey man, what type of equipment do you use for your channel? Yeah, absolutely. I'll answer that. So what I use is a Panasonic GH4. I don't know if you can see in the background there. It's on a tripod. The tripod, it's actually just an Amazon Basics tripod. Nothing too fancy. The lights that I use are also from Amazon. They're newer lights. You can search that on online. They're like the cheap version of like fairly professional lights. I have 3 of them set up, and I also have my lenses. There is 3 lenses, but I mainly only use just the one pancake lens, and that is, I believe. Let me just double check. Yeah. It's one of the Lumix kit lenses. I also this is a HP webcam here, 1080p, nothing too exciting. For audio, I use a Roland recorder for my market mover videos. So kind of like that. Note to self: do more market movers. I also have a boom mic on top of there. So that's a Rode mic. And what else is? Oh, my laptop is a Republic of Gamers laptop with a GeForce graphic card, NVIDIA. Yeah, that's basically it. What I use for my videos right now. Yeah, that's about it. And I use Adobe Premiere Pro for editing, and Photoshop for thumbnails and stuff. Wayne says, I could sell my house and buy an island in Canada. Wow. Well, I mean, it must be a fairly big house then. But actually, I don't know about that. Land in Canada is very expensive. But I'm sure there's tiny islands that you might be right about. Toronto is the same latitude as you. Yeah, Toronto is actually fairly south. One of the furthest places south in all of Canada. And it gets really humid in the summer, like really sticky hot. Like it's rough. What's your favorite who's my favorite commander? Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna say Krenko Mob Boss and and Sliver Overlord. They're probably my two favorite for tribal commander decks. So you're 14. How far from me and my package? Took 2 weeks to get there. Yeah, yeah, it's unbelievable. Well, USPS and Canada Post are both awful right now. I've had one of my PO box packages take over a month to get here, and it was literally across the border. It was in Michigan. It was basically Detroit. Yep, I could have drove there and got the package myself, and it would have taken me like 5.5, 6 hours. All right, Wayne, go. Bon appetit. Enjoy your food, buddy. Ed says, thanks, man. Appreciate the rundown. No problem, no problem. Hopefully, I've given you some ideas for equipment for your channel if you're going to create a YouTube channel. I'm definitely looking to upgrade in the next few years, though, for sure. Hopefully, I can get to that point. I just need to save some money before I do that. Jake says, any future projects or ideas on your channel? Any changes? Big future projects. Nothing too crazy. I've done a few switches here and there, like for the weekend videos, you know, adding the booster boxes as part of the market movers for those. I do want to take you guys along with me for a thrift store hunt video. I think that'll be interesting. We'll see if I actually end up getting anything, if I end up finding any magic cards, but I think it'd be fun to kind of show you guys what I have to go through when I'm trying to actually locate some magic cards for the channel to open up. And that's about it. But I also want to just do more random buys. Hopefully, like not on eBay, because eBay is like rough. eBay is more like maybe for winter time. I'll do that when it's a little too cold to do as much hunting as I would at thrift stores or anything in that line. But no, nothing too crazy. I might think of some stuff like if you see my Black Lotus video I put up last week, maybe more videos like that. They take a long time to edit, however, and they don't really end up getting the views I would ideally like them to see. But I want to do more videos like that. It's just I need to see there's an interest in those videos. If they get more views, then I'll go and I'll start making more. Like right now, it's like market movers are a no-brainer. I have to continue doing those because YouTube will actually reward me for those videos. Versus a lot of other content kind of falls by the wayside. The random buys always do well, especially the thrift store ones, which are I enjoy the most too, because I like going to thrift stores and I get really excited when I find something. I like to share that with you guys. Also, go through the cards, you know, maybe surprise people with a few cards that are valuable that they didn't know were valuable, especially with that last opening that I had. You know, it's a box of basically commons and uncommons, but someone who has a collection at home and they don't realize that some of these cards that are just like commons and uncommons are actually valuable. You know, that's a great video to check out for that. We do have a few more comments here. X-Run says, just want to congratulate you for your channel and all the content you post. Keep up the good work. Greetings from Portugal. Well, thank you. I'm trying to think of Portuguese. I was gonna say bom dia, but that's good morning. Okay, Scotty Skips. Hey Matt, lovely content. I used to watch a hero. Wait, no, let's call him a legend. But I find myself doing it less and less because you're so on top of stuff. I know what he's gonna talk about. Yeah, fair enough. He's a great channel. I've watched him for a while too. I watched Rudy. I watched Tulare Community College, Bad Boy Gaming. Honestly, there isn't. I watch smaller YouTubers than me, bigger YouTubers than me. Anything that's Magic the Gathering related, if it pops up in my feed, I tend to watch it, even if it's just for a little bit, just to tune in. I want to help out fellow creators as well. Ed says, indeed, some ideas, dual brain MDG, videos in process now. X-Run says, just bought my first dual land today, a near mint revised Badlands. So very happy about this. That is amazing. Congratulations. Believe it or not, I still don't own a dual land. One day, if I do end up purchasing one or something like that, I will show it off in the channel. I'll be very happy about it. But I really should have bought it in that massive dip in 2020. I had a feeling it was the right time to buy it. I could have got them for a very good price. Now they've shot up so much that I just have to trade for them. So I've been kind of accumulating credit at my LGS. But they don't have a lot of dual lands come in, and whenever they do, they get purchased so fast. But I'm trying to build up credit there so I can actually get a dual land. Maybe a Badlands Savannah. I would love to get a Tropical Island, but wow, they're getting really expensive too. Velocity Blaster says, are you also feeling fatigue from the monthly new product releases? I find myself less and less excited with new releases, but still very much enjoying collecting the older stuff. Yeah, that's the way I kind of felt with Dungeons & Dragons, really. Modern Horizons 2, I actually really enjoyed that set. And Dungeons & Dragons 2, I just didn't really feel excited about it. It was a month later. And it also had a collector booster box. Like, we just had a collector booster box for the last set. Now we're getting another collector booster box a month later for another set. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah. So not just wallet fatigue, but just magic fatigue, I suppose. Jake says, I like the Lotus video. Also, I live and hunt for thrift store purchases. Would be wicked. A live hunt for, yeah. Well, that's going to happen next week. Maybe next weekend I'll have something out for you guys. Hopefully I get something, but at least I'll show you guys the process. And maybe like for people who aren't Canadian, it'd be interesting to see what a Valley Village is. It's basically like an overpriced Goodwill. But it does have some decent things every once in a while. But yeah, it's a little overpriced at Valley Village for the most part. Sometimes you can still find deals, but I'll take you guys with me to Valley Village. Lazy says, good morning from Guam, by the way. Nice. That is awesome. That is that's a ways away. All right. We are at 12 likes. Hey, Dustin is in the house. Yes, we are all well. Hopefully everyone here is well, including yourself, Dustin. Hopefully you had a good weekend. I know Mondays can be rough. I personally hate them, but we got to get through it. What are your thoughts on English Portals 3 Kingdom? I'm on the hunt for an Imperial Recruiter from it. Ooh. Yeah, and those have taken a dip because of the 2 reprints too, right? But those are going to be long-term holds if you can find them. I like Portal 3 Kingdom. Small set, very hard to find sealed products for P3K. But no, they're very rare. And I actually have not a lot, but I have a bit of P3K cards, like 20. I used to have more, but I ended up trading some of them in for store credit for newer sets, but I think they're really good long-term hold. Finished getting one of each dual land right before the COVID spike. Never sell reserve list cards. Oh, believe me, I've learned my lesson with that. Although I don't really sell reserve list cards. I guess that's not really a lesson that I've learned. I've learned my lesson to buy the dip on reserve list cards. That's probably what I should say. You can't find collectibles from Goodwill anymore. They sell them all online. Yeah, 100%. Anything that is high value at Goodwill, they'll just immediately put it on their auction website. So that is something that I have learned. And unfortunately, here in Canada, we only have one option for that, and that's the Goodwill in London, Ontario. And they rarely ever have Magic cards. Whenever they do have Magic cards, the bidding is absolutely insane. Even like what they'll actually have listed, it'll sell for like 5 times the value of just the cards that are listed there. Ridiculous. Yeah. I still try to bid and hope that there's something good there, but once it gets to a certain threshold, you're just playing gambling at that point. And a lot of these Goodwills, they'll have people who study the secondary market, and they'll know exactly the value of what they're putting online. So it's not really good. Not really good here. I do love waking up every Monday at 4 a.m. Ugh, yeah, yikes. I mean, I wake up at 6:45, and that's still rough for me. I don't even know, 4 a.m. That's brutal. I finally got my D&D bundle in today. Nothing too spectacular. Got some Mojo lands I was wanting. Yeah, I like the Mojo lands actually. But that's about it. Dungeons and Dragons after that, that's really the only cards that I actually enjoy looking at. The power level there is not strong. I don't know what's going to happen. I think it's kind of like the shift for standard. We'll start with that set, and then they'll start to power down from there. That's what I see happening. I really like the new feature about the sealed product that you put in your video. Sealed boxes are a very exciting product to follow. Yes, I can only do them on the weekends because, so the way that the chart actually works, the data, it'll give you based on like weekly moves, because obviously like boxes don't move as fast as like singles do whenever there's interest. So I have to kind of wait a week and then go back and then search all the booster boxes, see which ones have been moving, how much they've been moving since last month versus, you know, the last week, and then see if it's like if we're actually going up, like what's the trajectory, has it fallen down, then kind of retracing and then consolidating. But I can only really do them once a week, so hopefully people enjoy them. This weekend coming up, I will be able to do another weekend winter video. Wasn't able to do it because I was obviously away on a nice little relaxing vacation. But I did have that video scheduled out yesterday, the Valley Village one, the thrift store hunting one. But I will be doing the box prices every weekend from now on, as long as I'm not on vacation. How do you feel about the sealed box issue from Amazon? Oof. Well, I did a video about that, but yeah, it's I personally don't really buy Magic cards on Amazon. I've had people gift me things from Amazon, but I've never been too confident about them. I usually like to support my LGS when it comes to sealed product. Chris says, I've not been finding the best selection on Canadian sites. We'll check out Cardsphere. Thanks. Yeah, Cardsphere is great for singles and stuff. 401 Games is one of the best for sealed product in Canada. Scotty Skips the same here with Goodwill. Most of them have learned the true value of MTG these days. Oh yeah, well, with the internet, it's just so easy just to find out secondary value of things. It's getting harder and harder to find those gems. Yeah, Velocity, 100%. Yeah, the next remaster set. Yeah, and Dustin saying, no, you only really care about the lands. Yeah, I know those Mojo lands. That's really all I care about too. You have to find a good seller on Cardsphere, but I found 2 sellers. I have bought 3 or 4 lots with multiple cards. You got a heavy, spicy box heading your way. Yeah, I know, totally. We've been in contact, me and Dustin. He bought a few lots from the seller on eBay, and the last one he's actually getting shipped to me, and I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to send him all the valuable cards back. But that's going to be a really exciting video. I'm looking forward to that. Juicy Juice just said, I watched your last videos, and lots of cards and Legends spike in price. Do you think investing in Legends is still interesting? Thanks for your videos. They are very interesting. Yes, I think especially the Legends rares, are worth investing in. Right now, I know there's a lot of interest in the gold framed Legend cards. Those have been going up like crazy. That was the first time we've ever seen like multicolored cards, and then later that same kind of frame treatment got the foil treatment in sets like Invasion. So really cool, and I actually think they are a very investable set. Arabian Nights is my favorite for long-term hold, but it is a smaller set. Legends is a massive set, right? Um, but the Legends rares in particular, yeah, those are very much worth collecting. G Marks bought a foil Dark Ritual from Arcadian Mass. Ooh, that's a beautiful card. With the printing line, how much do you think that influences when sending it for grading? Oh, that's tough. Because printing lines, that's inherent issue with the card. It's not anything that's brought on from playability or someone doing it themselves. Oh, that's hard to say. They're definitely going to downgrade it a bit, but because it's natural, I don't think it's going to affect it that much. They're very backed up to the grading services. Yeah, Jake is right, by the way. So it's going to take you a while to get those cards back. All right. We got 12 likes. Nice. Can we get it to 20? And also, I do have some booster packs to crack if anyone wants to become a channel member or send over a super chat. We still have a Cons, a Zendikar Rising, Guilds of Ravnica, and a Dominaria pack. Your next purchase, Dustin says, is 2 graded Portal 3 basic lands, 9.5, $80. Ooh, are these graded cards as well? Not bad, yeah. That is a really, really good pickup. Yeah, just keeping it minty, and we'll grade it at a later stage. We are now at 16 likes. It worked. Thanks, guys. Dustin says, will be the first graded card purchase. Yeah, I need to get some more graded cards, too. That reminds me. Because I also want to get some graded cards for the back display in the videos. I don't have any. I have some of the cards that people have sent me over in my PO box there behind. But nope, I do not have any graded cards for the display. I really want to get some for that. Yeah, nice. Like, yeah, a few slabs in the background would be awesome. Ah, Jake, you didn't have to do that. You've already sent a super chat, buddy. Oh, well, thank you. Okay, so we will open up a guild. Hopefully we can get a Shockland. Imagine getting a foil French Shockland. That'd be interesting. You can only, these are easier to find in Canada, obviously, because Quebec. We do speak French there. Tabernac. That's what I'd be saying if I got a really bad card. We got a Instrudis de Lame. I can't even speak this way. Let's just go through these cards. Canopy, Ecrasante, Goblin, Harno. We got Luminaries, Eblissantes, Compagnes sous Serment. Oh god, that's brutal. Vapors, Mephitic. Oh my god, Pluto Notions. I know that one, Notion Rain. Etegnor de Reverberes. That's really bad. Why am I even trying to do this? Medallion de Demir. Integrite. That sounded Italian. I don't know why I said like that. Integrite. Interposition. Guild the Circumscription. Okay. Sounded like another word in English. Which, Phantasms Esclave. Oh, nice. We got a Pelt Collector there. Actually, one of the better rares in this set. And do we have a rare? Or no, do we have foil? I do not think we have a foil. No, we just got a Temple. What's it called? Not Temple Garden. Selesnya Guildgate. There it is. Not bad. Pelt Collector. That's actually a decent rare. Nothing too crazy, though. Not too crazy. All right. Wow. Pelt Collector. What is that? I know that was actually in one of the intro decks for Guilds of Ravnica. Wow, did that thing ever take a beating? At one point, it was like a $15 rare. It went all the way down now to about $1.66 for its market price. Whew. Wow, some of these rares just get absolutely annihilated when they go out of standard. Okay. I did like the big D20 dice. Yeah, no, for sure. Oh, Dr. Feelgood's in the house. Hey, Matt, hanging out on the Monday. I really thought your Canadians can all speak French, but you butchered it. Oh, yeah, it was absolutely brutal. We all do not speak French. Actually, in Ontario, even though it's right beside Quebec, most people in Ontario have brutal French. Although, if you go on the other side of Quebec to New Brunswick, they actually are pretty much bilingual. So I don't know what happened there, but for whatever reason, I guess because Ontario is like a very English settlement for Canada, I guess there's a lot of like hatred towards the French and English back and forth. But no, we've never really have good bilingual speakers here in Ontario for whatever reason. I think it's more to do with the history. But yeah, we do study it in school. It just doesn't really stick with a lot of people from Ontario. Hey, at least you didn't write my name on your body. The interview / talk with Edwin was pretty interesting. Planning on doing stuff like that more often. Yes. So I wanted to do like ideally I would have liked doing that every single weekend. If I could have done a Mattcast, I would have. Unfortunately, after my last Mattcast, I tried to schedule things ahead of time. I messaged about 5 or 6 YouTubers and just basically got ghosted and just didn't hear anything back from any of them. And then that kind of made me kind of a little discouraged, and I didn't want to just keep hunting down people to do the Mattcast with me. But I might approach Edwin in the future and try to do another one with him, a part 2. We can talk about the older collectibles. He really likes Bitcoin. That's something we could talk about more. But yeah, I want to do more Mattcasts. Unfortunately, I haven't really been able to do that though. All right, Dr. Feelgood, no problem. Dustin says, yeah, I wish I would have waited a little longer and waited for the bottom to hit on a few cards. Yeah, that's always the case, for especially when you're looking at like graded cards as well. Coach, oh, there we go, Coach. I just did an opening for you. I've already exported the video. It should be up tomorrow. It's going to be scheduled after the Market Mover video. But thanks a lot for sending those cards over. I will make sure to send them out to you as soon as I hit the post office this week. Dr. Feelgood says, had French in school for several years, but I still suck. Yeah, French it's like learning how to speak backwards, I found French, because the way, like when we're learning, it's old French too in Quebec here in Canada. I feel like I'm speaking like Yoda when I'm, because everything, it gives you the information before. You know, like in English, you lead up to usually what's the most important part of your sentence or paragraph. It'll be like towards the end. In French, it's like they'll give it to you first and then they kind of work their way back. That was the way it felt like when we're learning it in school, and that's the way they speak it here in Canada. Coach says, dropping into seat, what's cracking? Did I just say that? I looked away from the screen for a bit. Yes, I did. Sounds very divided. Yeah, Canada is pretty divided. Dustin, is there a video on that Edwin combo? Yeah, so it's just go to Mattcast on my channel, and there's a conversation I did with Edwin from Unhinged Magi. It's one of the longer videos that I've done, very long, so well over an hour. A really good conversation. We ended up recording it late on a weeknight. It was the only time he can get away from his kid. He basically had to wait for his kids and his wife to go to sleep, and he kind of snuck down to his little man cave, and then he ended up doing the conversation with me. It's really fun. He's a really nice guy, Edwin. You should do a game night video with Kyle Hill. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be crazy. Coach says, I got those D&D pre-release kits for 20 a pop. Nice. Yeah, those that's actually a pretty good deal too. Yeah, I'll definitely grab some. I'll buy some of those off you or trade. We can connect again on Patreon. I think you might have messaged me. My phone went off. I'll have to check that message after. Mate, it was super interesting. Congrats on that one. Oh, thanks, man. Dustin says, KK found it. Nice, gonna check that out. Love Unhinged Magi. Yeah, he seems really cool. Yeah, he's really nice. I want things to go back to normal so I can actually go to, like, if they ever do like GPs ever again, go to one and maybe like meet Edwin in person, maybe hang out with a few YouTubers, hang out with Bad Boy Gaming. That'd be awesome. If that could ever happen. We'll see. One day, maybe. Okay. So we're almost at an hour, almost clocked an hour for this live stream, this impromptu live stream. Okay, so I did hit the 20 like target that I wanted to get earlier, so that's awesome. That Edwin Mattcast goes over the major technical flaws of Bitcoin. Yeah, I still own, but yeah, no, it's definitely flaws. Very volatile, holy crap, even today. It went all the way up to almost 41 and then dropped within like a few hours to 37,000 almost. So yeah, it's very manipulated. But we'll see what happens tomorrow. I think tomorrow's gonna be an interesting day. All right, we're at 22 likes. Wow, we're getting there. We are getting there. Okay, so it's almost at the hour moment. So I'll probably clock out of here at about 5:15 Toronto time. So I will wind the conversation down. If you guys have anything to say, please hit it in the chat. And then I'm probably going to shower, take a nap, because I'm still a little hungover from this weekend. Want to be sure I'm rested for soccer. I remember my buddy was gonna put 500 in early, but he got poker money online instead. At the peak, he would have had 300K or something kooky. Holy cow! Yeah, there's so many of those stories. I mean, even just going back just a year ago, just looking at my stock picks. So some of those stocks, if I would have just held them and not switched them to an ETF or something like that, I was getting a little scared for some of the options I was holding on to. I would have like 10x my money. But you never know. It's one of those things you never really know the future. All right, Jake says I better get back to work. Thanks for the crack packing and the talk. Well, thanks, Jake, for tuning in. And thanks for the super chats, man. You're awesome, buddy. Thanks a lot for that. Hopefully you don't work too hard and you have a bit of relaxing times later tonight. Jason says, ever look at doing old school pack openings on the channel? If I could get my hands on some old school packs, absolutely. If anyone wants to donate packs for me to crack and then I could send those packs right back to them, that is always an option too. But yeah, they're just getting harder and harder to find for a decent price here in Toronto. A lot of my LGSs that I frequent don't even have anything old at all to sell. Oh, interesting. Check out Pink Panda Finance and do an interview with the CEO. Wow, that's so it's like a stock trading app mostly just for crypto? Interesting. Yeah, that could be an interesting video. I mean, technically I do talk about finance on the channel. It's not specifically magic related, but that might be an interesting conversation. Hey, greetings from Germany. Greetings, Stefan. Coach says, peace, thanks for the stream. Time for softball games. All right. Oh, I miss softball. Oh, have fun, Coach. That sounds awesome. I got soccer to go to later, so we're both going to some form of sporting events. I am doing well, Stefan. How are you doing on this beautiful Monday? Scotty Skip says, just wanted to say I appreciate all your hard work. Great channel. Keep it up, and thank you. Well, thank you so much, Scotty. I will continue to keep it up. I have no plans of stopping my daily content. If that day ever comes, it'll be a sad day for me because I really enjoy making these videos. Still going, Wayne says. I guess it's getting a little late now in England, right, Wayne? Epidemic says, hey, Mattcaster, did you send out a heads up about the live stream? No, this is a very impromptu one. I didn't really have any time to do that, but at least you found it. At least you found it. But thanks for joining in. Jason says, I'll have to send some to get the channel views up. Honestly, Jason, if you could do that, my PO box link, it's in the description. That would be amazing. I would love to open up some old packs and then just send those cards back to you. That would be really exciting. I've opened a few old packs, but not anything. I mean, the oldest I've opened was a 4th edition German pack on the channel. I had a series called Throwback Booster Pack Thursday. The videos just barely got any views. I ended up having to stop them because I was spending too much money on each pack that I was trying. Because I was going down every pack from just before like anything that got rotated as standard. I kept going back. I opened up like Onslaughts. I think I opened up Torments was one of them. There's a few older packs. I think Apocalypse might have been one, but yeah, they're getting pretty pricey, so I had to stop that. I might revisit it later when my views get up to a point where I think it's sustainable. Then I'm like, yeah, okay, I can buy a few older packs, but yeah, very pricey. Coach says, diamond hands, but lock in gains to ease stress and have some to reinvest in the dips. Yeah, 100%. Right now, I'm trying to play it safe. I just want to own ETFs that pay dividends, and then I can reinvest the drip. You're not going to get as crazy gains, but it's more steady, and it gives me less anxiety, especially when I'm like, for example, if I was away and I wasn't staring at my computer screen or looking at my phone, checking on my stock portfolio. It just eases the stress a bit more. Dr. Fuga says, yeah, I think that guy would be an awesome partner for some finance talk. Please take a look into that coin and contact Adam. We'd love to see both of you talking about finances. Yeah, that'd be great. If he's got his email on the website, I could send him an email, and then I'll send a link to my channel so he does see that I do talk about finances, even though they are collectible related, not Bitcoin. But I would love to hear his insights on that and his thoughts on the future of crypto. Jason says, I have a lot of old packs, but not very fun opening by yourself. Would be nice to share with viewers. I'll get some together. Oh, that would be so amazing, Jason. Honestly, that would really make my day. Dustin says, just sent a Cavern of Souls to Germany today. A Cardsphere sale. Nice. Cardsphere does sound really good. Came from some guy who sent you the box. Interesting. Wayne says, not too bad, but it's mid-evening at 22:15. So you're at 10:15 in England. So it's not too late. If you work from home, that's not too late. I'm actually off tomorrow, so I'm off until Thursday. I took a whole week off from the middle of the week last week until Thursday, so I really needed that time off. Like it's been a year since I've had this time off. We basically had to. So the company I work for, we deal in. It's post-production, but digital delivery for like Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, even iTunes as well. So we were just getting so much backlogged of content out because at one point there's like no studios are making any films, so they were just sending us their entire back catalog. Like we had MGM. I think we had to do some subtitles for all the old James Bond films, and that was just like. Yeah, that was very stressful. But thank God, I got time off because I really needed this time off. I really needed to relax, and it was a nice weekend away. And I still got a few more days off to go, so hopefully I can be fully refreshed before I get back to work. Stefan says, pretty good. Unfortunately, stupid politicians prepare another lockdown for autumn. Yeah, that's what I was saying to a few friends here in Toronto, is that I have a sneaking suspicion that we are going to go back into a lockdown in the fall. It doesn't even really matter how much people get vaccinated. I feel like it's going to happen, so that really sucks. Dustin says, yes, please, Jason. I love the pack opening vids and eBay buy vids. Slow and steady wins the race. Yes, it does, Wayne. Yes, it does. That's why the ETFs work. Just scooped up a near mint jeweled bird today. How's your hump video day going? My hump day video, it was actually decent. It was not too bad. I had that the camel. I want to continue my camel collection. Hopefully I can get more. After the election, of course. Yeah. Dr. Fuga says, by the way, Matt, is it easy for you to get PSA grading for Magic cards? It's really pricey to get PSA grading from Europe. The cheapest is a U.S. flight. Wow. I haven't tried to get anything graded. So I wouldn't be the best person to answer that question. I don't know. Just Europeans will allow another lockdown because the protests are getting quite big now. Yeah, it's funny. In Toronto, they've been doing lockdown protests every Saturday, and not a single one of them have been covered by the media. Like not a single protest. And they've been getting bigger and bigger. So there's like a growing disconnect now between the media and the citizens, and it's getting to that fever pitch moment where it's very weird. Yeah, we're just living in one of the strangest timelines. Yeah, it's crazy that they're not even going to bring it up. It's very bizarre. It's like they just assume there's some people that they just live to watch the media. It's like as if they don't go out and view the world for what it is. Scary stuff. I got my second Moderna vaccine shot a few weeks ago here in Florida. No side effects. Well, that's good, Dustin. That's great. Yeah, that's good. Hopefully, things will get back to normal. My older brother, he got AstraZeneca, and that was the one that was the media was spreading a lot of fear about. But he was fine. He was fine. Yeah, zero media coverage, crazy. The simulations say they will. Yeah. Well, I've read like documents my friend was showing me that said that essentially they were already planning these lockdowns, like it was all these stages that they had planned, and unfortunately, a lot of them were coming true, and I was like, ooh, this is awkward, but hopefully things don't lock down in the fall. You know, we can hope. I don't know what's gonna happen. Like I have friends who protest every Saturday because they're fed up with the lockdowns here in Toronto. Toronto was the most locked down place in the world, though. So there was a lot of people who were upset here. Dustin says the wait times on sending my card in to get graded and have to wait years to get your card back. Yeah, nah, forget that. It's better just buy graded cards online, to be honest, than to send in to get graded, unless you really have the patience for it. Got one unlimited fire breathing, BGS 9.5, and one drain life for 9.5. Yeah, I got my alpha fire breathing the other day. I was really happy to get that in the mail. Love getting alpha cards. Dustin says, my brother is in the not gonna get the vaccine camp. I hope I don't get demonetized for this video, by the way. I don't know if we're supposed to be talking about this on YouTube, unfortunately. Not gonna get the vaccine camp. Screw getting COVID, though. Yeah. Yeah. That's rough. I have a variety of friends who are pro and anti on the vaccine, and it's just I try to just be like the middleman where I understand both points, and ultimately I think it's their choice, right? The problem is, will the government punish people and treat them like second-class citizens if they don't get it? That's my concern. I don't want that to happen. Wayne says, I think they want to crash the global economy. Tin hat, I know, but governments know they cannot pay the debts off. Yeah, see, you and my buddy, they say he says the exact same thing. He says this whole thing is about the economy, and that's what the lockdowns are not necessarily for COVID. He was saying that they're mostly for the economy. They're trying to purposely crash the economy. And you know what? If you're saying that too, and you're pretty bright, Wayne, so maybe you guys are both onto something. I can definitely see the points. I mean, the deficit spending, a lot of money printing in 2020. You can never pay those debts off. The only way to pay those debts off is to hyperinflate. Inflate away the debt and then issue in a new currency, maybe like a Fed coin or an other form of digital currency. That's potential. Yeah, I could totally see that. What kind of budget do you set aside for alpha and beta cards? Like a few hundred a week, but more like alpha, beta, Arabian Nights, Antiquities, Legends. I try to be fiscally responsible with those investments, but hey, it's a good asset in the end. Wayne says the economy started crashing in 2019. You could see it in the charts. Then conveniently, COVID pops up. Oof. Yeah. Well, if you looked at the stock market right before the lockdowns, it was just like just going right down. Hey, it's 2X is in the house. How's it going, buddy? Stefan says, read the Rockefeller paper 2010. Is that Lockstep? Or Event 201 or something? I think I know what you're talking about. I've had friends tell me about it. Dustin says, we are all just living in a simulation within a simulation within. Yeah. And it just keeps going and going and going. A large one, I've been buying beta cards, and I had to turn to unlimited for a bit of wallet break. Yeah, unlimited is one I've never really gotten into buying a lot of unlimited cards. I usually will go either revised, beta, or alpha. Um, but yeah, maybe I should look into unlimited more. Epidemic says, sorry, what does fiscally responsible mean? That's a good point. Well, if you're spending a lot of money on Magic cards, I guess for me, it's probably a stupid thing to say. Wayne says they will never print white borders again. Yeah, that's true. You know, a lot of people don't like the color of or the look of the white border cards, but there's going to be a nostalgic feeling for them later on when people realize that that was like a specific era in Magic that will never return. You know. Stefan says, would you buy a Fire Breathing Beta BGS 9.5 for 110 euros? Fire Breathing Beta BGS 110 euros. Was that like almost 200 Canadian? I think that's a decent deal. Yeah. All right, what is it? We're at 100 hour and 10 minutes. I've got to get going here soon, guys. Okay, so be very careful with unlimited. A lot of people are trying to pass revised off. Yeah, that's true. You got to really look at those cards. They're harder to tell, in my opinion, than like alpha and beta are easier to tell between each other. But sometimes some of the revised cards, like the ink levels were all over the place. Some of them are really dark. They look almost like revised. Some of them were a lot lighter. Dustin, unlimited, those are the white bordered cards, right? Yep. Our unlimited lands are dipping again. Pick up for $1. Wow. Yeah, $1's a pretty decent price. Okay, Epidemic. He says, okay, bye. And that is a great time for me to say goodbye to you guys as well. Thank you all for tuning into this random live stream. Kind of came out of nowhere. Hope you all are having a great evening. And with that being said, I will see you guys tomorrow for another Magic Gathering Market Movers, and I'm going to have another opening video later tomorrow, so you want to stay tuned for that. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow.